Hey Aries, how are you guys? Hope you're doing well. My shop is reopened. I am doing personal readings right now for my wait list. When I reopen to everybody, I will let you guys know. Lionsgate was Sunday. I don't know. I don't have many announcements. If you guys want to check out my shop, that link is in my description. If you want to tip me, at the very bottom, I have my Venmo and PayPal. And yeah, I am still making my way through my wait list. When I have given everybody on my wait list a fair shot of booking with me, and you know, read for the ones that want it, and then the ones that just don't answer or change their mind, you know, move them off my list. I will let you guys know. I am ready to open everybody. Okay. Would people that tip me want me to thank you? Because I have thought about doing that, like just doing a quick, like on my community page or at the beginning of readings, just like, hey, thank you to these people. But also I know some people are big on privacy. Like I wouldn't put like your first and last name and your home address, but would you guys like want me to like thank you? Because I am super appreciative, but I think some people want their privacy. But let me know if you would like a shout out for tipping. I would definitely do that because I want you guys to know that I appreciate you, the ones that do tip. Let me know. I reopened my comments. They were off for a little bit, so I'm excited to hear from you guys. And, you know, block more karmics. Let's do it. Anyways, Aries, let's see what you guys have coming in. Magician, Caverns, Guardian, and then Boundary, bottom of the Divine Nectar, Leave It, Artifacts, Saturn. So with Magician and, well, Saturn is obviously Saturn, but Magician has Saturn here too. So I get that you are manifesting into your life, but it is in accordance with Saturn's energy. So Saturn is an energy of you have to work very, very hard to earn Saturn's approval. You are tested quite a bit. Saturn rules karma. Saturn also rules time. So it's a long time coming, these things that you've been trying to manifest. I do get that you are dealing with some shadow work here. With Leave It and Artifacts, artifacts are, you know, mementos of the past. Leave It is you need to let go of some things in your past in order to manifest this new energy in. There are some aspects of your past that are tied into your shadow, unhealed wounds that are preventing you from manifesting. A lot of you are trying to manifest new love into your life, loving energy. But if you're holding on to past relationships, past hurts, it's blocking new manifestations from coming into your life. Scorpio picking up here. The Scorpio sign. They're similar to Virgo is like an M, but it goes down. Scorpio is the M with the stinger. Special shout out to somebody with your 8th house placements. People with 8th house placements. You are, you tend to have a lot of trauma, but it's, you know, Pluto. So it's death and transformation. So if you allow your 8th house placements to kind of kill you in a way, and you can be reborn with like superpowers, because Pluto is power as well. So also, you know, 8th house is the occult. It's also death. So it's working with spirits, working with the ethers, learning about the occult here. You know, somebody may be learning about, you know, spell work, just because with the elements behind, you know, maybe learning about folk magic, learning about hoodoo, trying to take certain aspects of, you know, the elements and use these in your manifesting. But make sure that you are working on your shadow. No amount of manifesting can overcome shadow work that needs to take place, because you can't only pull in things that are, one, meant for you. So you can't pull in a specific person that is not meant to be on your journey. I mean, you could potentially trap them, ensnare them in like binding magic, but that is terrible consequences. You know, you see people that do this. You know, hoodoo's been around for hundreds of years. Well, yeah, hundreds. You know, women, it's mostly used by women, love spells. Women using love spells to keep their husbands. You know, it didn't stop the husbands from being unfaithful, from taking on new lovers, from being violent, from being aggressive, from having addictions. It just kind of kept them stuck. So trying to bind things to you, people to you that aren't meant for you, trying to force those situations, there are karmic consequences here. So it might even be that people that have tried to use magic against you are having their karmic consequences coming now. And it's because, you know, magic is all about intent. Manifesting, spell work of any kind is about intent. So if you have the intent to better yourself as a person, to draw in loving connections that are going to be supportive of not only you, but those people that you're pulling in, you know, if your intent is good, that is what is going to manifest. If your intent is, I want to manifest a specific person because I'm jealous that there was somebody else, I want to manifest this position that is already held by another person that I don't like, I want to pull in their energy, I want to take from others, you really have to check your shadow and where you're operating from, because if magic comes from the shadow, it's, you know, it's not going to be pretty when that karma blows back on you, because there are karmic consequences for interfering in other people's lives, for causing harm to other people. So keep that in mind. If you are beginning to look into spell work, look into magic, don't, you know, a lot of, you know, people that are new to this will start doing love spells and think that it's innocent and, you know, it's whatever. You should never do that on a specific person. You can try to manifest love and, you know, the type of person you would want to bring into your life, but not a specific person, because then you're interfering with that person's free will, and there will be consequences, as in somebody is going to interfere in your free will, because the universe will flip it back on you, because you need to learn why you shouldn't do that. You know, karma is not good and evil and, you know, punishment, it's lessons. So if you use your spiritual power to try to interfere in another person's free will, in their life in any way, Spirit is going to teach you a lesson of what it feels like to have somebody do that to you. So that can look like somebody that you're not interested in, you know, harassing you, doing love spells on you. That can look as in, like, you know, going to jail for a little bit and having your free will taken away. It's things like that, you know. So just keep that in mind and be careful with it when you're starting to do spell work. Especially with the caverns and shadows coming out, somebody does have some dark energy here that they need to address. You know, shadows is the shadow side of things, things that you are afraid of, things that you push down about yourself, that you don't accept about yourself. You really need to learn to love your shadow and accept your shadow, because it's really what it is. It's like, you know, the child part of you that was told that it was wrong, that it was weird, that there, you know, you need to hide away that part of yourself. You know, you really have to go back and find those parts of yourself, you know, your soul that's been fragmented. When we go through trauma in our lives, a way of coping is like disassociating. So you fragment your soul. You take who you are as a soul and you say, well, I don't like this part, and they told me this part was weird about me, and people don't seem to like this part about me, so let me separate those from who I am and leave them in the past. So part of shadow work is going back to your past and kind of analyzing what happened and what you were told and where these thoughts and feelings come from, and pulling your soul back to you so that you can progress as a solid, you know, person, and not, you know, so fragmented when you get to be an adult that you don't know who you are, or you kind of rely on your other connections to define who you are as a person. With Guardian here, I do get that you have strong angelic forces around you protecting you, but you do need to learn how to set boundaries. You know, your guardian angels, your spirit team can, you know, go so far to try to protect you and shield you from people, but it also, you know, requires that you do the work yourself, especially if you have, you know, shadow work that you need to do. A lot of times our shadow work is revealed to us through other people. I was talking to somebody about this today, especially looking at your chart. If you have a lot of heavy energy in your 7th house, in your 5th house, in your 11th house, 8th house, it's houses that deal with other people. I say 8th house because 8th house rules trauma, rules, you know, the occult, rules the dead. So heavy energy in your 8th house is going to be people interfering in your life through spell work, through manipulation, through trauma. You know, 5th house is like casual encounter. So it's, you know, when you casually date people, it's sex, casual sex, you know, soul sex, you know, binding type of sex is more the 8th house. Anyways, 7th house is your house of partnership. 11th house is your community, is friendship. So these are parts of our chart that we need to look into, see what influences are there planetary wise, especially if you have Saturn there, because that's where you're going to be tested and tested and tested. Especially if you are in a Saturn return leading up to a Saturn return, it's really important that you know those placements. Boundary. Learning our boundaries. Again, when we are unhealed, when we, you know, are avoiding our shadow, when we are relying on connections to define us as people, it really makes it difficult for us to set boundaries with others and to determine what is me and what is you. You know, what is your projection of what you're telling me that I am and what is actually me, and maybe I need to work on that, because especially as an empath, we are very vulnerable to narcissistic individuals that project and project and project. If you know any narcissists, they are perfect. They have never done anything wrong in their life. They are victims, constantly victims, but also the hero in every story. So, you know, a narcissist cheats, lies, manipulates, lives a double life. They're not going to say that, you know, they're doing that. They're going to say that you are doing that, because their way of kind of coping with the evil that they do is to project it onto other people. If you are unhealed and you don't have healthy boundaries and you don't really recognize that, you know, other people project more often than not, you'll take that to heart. You know, what am I doing that's making this person feel like I'm cheating on them? What am I doing that's making this person feel like I'm betraying them in some way? I need to fix myself. I need to fix myself. I need to fix myself. Pretty soon you're not who you are to begin with in these relationships. You lose yourself trying to adjust so that you can keep this person happy that is never going to be happy, because they hate themselves and they're projecting that onto you. So any part of you that is an individual and that is solid and happy, they will strip that away from you so that you can become a punching bag. It's really common for highly empathetic people to attract these narcissistic, unhealed types, you know, and get into these codependent relationships where the boundary between you and I is blurred. And when you come out of these relationships, you struggle a lot because you don't even know who you are anymore. And, you know, a lot of your relationships have been destroyed by the narcissist. The people that you did maintain friendships with, they've gone behind your back and tried to smear your name. Let's move on. I'm channeling heavy today. Let's see. Can we clarify Magician, please, Spirit? Yeah, see? The Four of Coins. So trying to manifest into your life, but Four of Coins is holding on to or holding back. You are holding yourself back because you are holding on to these shadows that are kind of blocking these manifestations. So you can say, I want to manifest a partner. I want to manifest a healthy relationship. But if you can't let your ex go, or you can't let go of the type of relationship you had with your ex, you can't manifest these new beginnings. If you can't let go of this story that I struggle financially and it's hard to hold on to money, and when I get money, it doesn't stay with me. If those are your beliefs and it comes from an unhealed money wound, you know, generational poverty, growing up, struggling, watching your parents struggle, learning from a young age that surviving is the way of life, you know, there's no room for thriving because we're just barely hanging on. If you learn that that's, you know, just the way things are, and then you're trying to manifest money later in life, you're going to struggle quite a bit. I do get that there's a new beginning here, but a lot of us are at a crossroads right now of what am I going to, Six of Pentacles, put my time and energy toward? Spirit is saying Knight of Cups. It's a Pisces energy, which is the 12th house, the subconscious. Learn to address the things within your subconscious that you're avoiding so that you can move forward with your intuition. Cups is, you know, loving energy, it's emotions, but it's also our intuition. So learning to distinguish between what is a fleeting emotion and what is our intuition. You know, especially when you have trauma, and, you know, with the divine nectar, it is a relationship type energy. So, you know, is this person really being unfaithful and sketchy, and do you need to, you know, ghost them and stop talking to them? Or are they just kind of struggling right now, or they're just busy at work? Maybe, like, you know, that person that you see on their phone that you assume is someone else they're talking to, maybe that's a really good friend or a cousin, you know, or a brother or a sister, and you're taking it the wrong way because you are stuck in this old energy of, you know, people lie and they're unfaithful and they're sneaky. Perception is really everything. So if, you know, you perceive yourself to be at a disadvantage, you are going to manifest that into your life just because you are seeking out information to confirm the story that you're telling yourself. Caverns, Six of Cups. So Six of Cups is soulmate energy. It's past life connections. It's also family. With the Caverns, I'm getting that again, Nine of Cups coming up. Again, there might be some wounds, because Caverns is, you know, what is buried deep within us. Are there some wounds that exist within the family, you know, family trauma? You know, maybe you you struggled with your relationship with your parents, with your mother or your father, and you're kind of playing out those roles in your relationship today, and you're seeking out people that hurt you in a similar way that your parents did. And it's causing more trauma for you here. Again, learning to distinguish between what is an emotional reaction and what is my intuition trying to warn me about something. Am I seeing the situation clearly, or am I running off of my fleeting emotions? You know, sometimes instead of reacting emotionally, it's good just to sit in those emotions for a little while to see, is this really something that I need to address right now? Do I really need to, you know, pop off on this person? Or is this just their behavior is triggering a story that I tell myself, and I kind of need to work through that? I'm clarifying Guardian. Eight of Wands. Things are going to start moving towards you rapidly. Eight of Wands is also communication. It's online communication, can be online dating. You know, you might meet somebody online dating, which is, you know, hard in its own right, because then, you know, the relationship starts off communicating online. You know, sometimes the way that we speak through text can rub people the wrong way, because, you know, they're not understanding the context, they're not understanding the voice that you speak with. You know, then you run into that thing that they're texting me too much, they're not texting me enough, we're, you know, not really going anywhere, the conversation is kind of dry. With Guardian here, I do get that you're manifesting a soul partner here. You're manifesting somebody that is for your highest good. But a lot of times when you're manifesting a partner, you're going to manifest a couple at one time. And it's because the universe is trying to see if you're really ready for a soul partner, or if you're still going to go back towards the karmic. Because if you're going to go back towards another karmic, either, you know, an ex coming back to test you, or a new karmic that is basically a carbon copy of your ex, Spirit's not going to present you with a divine partner. That divine partner will just go towards somebody else. And that's because divine partners are a lot different from karmics. You know, divine partners require us to grow in spirit, to align with who we truly are. A karmic, you know, is completely happy with you sitting in your wounds and not growing. because they don't want you to grow. They resonate with your wounds. They resonate with, you know, these parts of yourself that you haven't healed. So it feels like it's easier, and it feels like you're more compatible, because a soul partner would require me to kind of address parts of myself that I've not wanted to address. So it feels easier to be with somebody that I don't have to grow as a person to be with. But is that really the person that you should be with? The moon coming up. So the, you know, the moon is things that are hidden. I get that, you know, opportunities are going to be coming to you quickly here, rapidly, multiple opportunities, but it's going to be kind of hidden from you which ones you should accept and which ones that you should, you know, make room, cut them off basically. You know, you make room in your life for what you're trying to manifest. So if you are trying to manifest a real love, but you're, you know, engaging and going on dates and engaging sexually with a bunch of karmics, you're not really making room for real love to come into your life. You are biding your time with karmics that are setting you back, especially, you know, I've talked about it before, you know, you have to be careful with sexual relations because they do create soul ties. So if you are soul tying yourself to people that have a lot of unhealed trauma, and that's, you know, sleep around with other people that have unhealed trauma, you're putting a lot of spiritual weight on yourself. Yeah, Hermit, 8 of Cups. So could be a Virgo. Somebody might have Virgo in your chart. You might connect with a Virgo, but you know, the Hermit is kind of, you know, going off on your own. It's isolation a little bit, because you need to walk away from things that aren't serving you anymore so that you can have this new beginning, a new spiritual beginning. So letting go of what is karmic and what is not suitable for who you want to be as a, you know, on your spiritual path here. Okay, can we clarify boundary? 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords, King of Cups. Again, the wheel at the bottom of the deck, Jupiter, a turn in fate here, you know, expansion. There are new energies coming into your life here, but somebody is at a crossroads because 9 of Pentacles, they are not completely single. 9 of Pentacles is somebody that is ready to head to the 10 of Pentacles, somebody that is single, available, taking care of themselves, no unhealthy ties. You know, I am not codependent whatsoever. I've cut off those connections. I am fully ready to head into something more serious. Somebody does need to heal because they are juggling back and forth with what they want in their life, and it's creating hesitation. Somebody isn't sure, do I want to be with a soul partner, or do I want to go back into this karmic cycle here? With Saturn coming up twice, I would highly advise against the karmic cycle, because Saturn will whoop your ass if you choose karmic. I know. I know. I'm Saturn ruled. So if anybody has had their ass beat by karma several times within their life, I can tell you, I have had several times within my life that my intuition has told me it's time to wrap this up. It's time to end this, whether it be a relationship, a job, you know, a career, friendships. I've had several times in my life where it has been very clear to me that this has run its course. And I have been like, I can fix it. And did I fix it? No, it got a lot worse, and it led to heartbreak and embarrassment, and set me back quite a bit, you know, having to start all over, going through those towers. But, you know, eventually after Saturn, you know, knocks you over the head a couple times, you start to think it's way easier just to recognize that this isn't working and this isn't what I want anymore. So let me just release this and move forward. Then let me try to fix this, which is clearly not for me and clearly draining me. Underneath boundary, 7 of Cups, which is options, opportunities, but it's also confusion. 9 of Swords, stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. Somebody is kind of confused about which option to take. King of Cups, again, a Scorpio energy. There's a masculine energy here, and a masculine energy does not have to be a man. Masculine energy is somebody that is taking action, that is showing leadership, that is, moving forward in life. Feminine energy is passive. So this can be somebody in a King of Cups energy, can be a woman that has decided, I'm going to get back out there. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to start dating again. You would be in a King energy because you are actively looking for a partner. A Queen energy would be, I am open to dating, but I'm not going to pursue anybody. The King, is going to actively look for a partner. But somebody is experiencing a lot of confusion and anxiety because they have a lot of different options here. This can be, there are different, people available to them, and they're anxious about which one to choose. Also, with boundaries, somebody is struggling with how to put boundaries in place. When it comes to dating, confusion can be, your friends feel like they have a say-so in who you date. Your family feels like they have a say-so in who you date. So it's creating some confusion because who I feel like I want to be with, everyone is telling me I shouldn't be with. I should be with this other person, but I don't feel what I feel for this other person. What I do, the person everyone's advising me not to date, And that's where the Knight of Cups energy comes in. Is the person that you feel attracted to attractive because they are kind of a repeat of what you're used to and they play on your wounds that you haven't healed, or are they attractive to you because it resonates? Hanged Man. Realizations, but also feeling stuck. Somebody is stuck in their head here. Queen of Swords is a Libra energy. Queen of Swords in a high vibration is a feminine energy that cuts people off. It's a Libra energy. I need justice, I need balance, or I'm going to cut you off. There is an energy here where, take it how it resonates. There is an energy here though. This can be the same person, like I said, again, making actions, taking a King energy to decide you want to date again, but taking a Queen of Swords energy to cutting people out that you don't want to be with. Because you are in an Empress energy. You are in a divine feminine energy. But another storyline presents itself. There is somebody that has genuine feelings, a masculine energy that has genuine feelings for this feminine energy here. But the masculine is confused, has a lot of options, and is experiencing anxiety because they need to place boundaries in their life around, who they want to be with, what they want to pursue. And like I said, this can be that their friends get too involved in their life, their family, or this person, is dating multiple people. They don't have boundaries to tell somebody, what, I, had fun with you, but I don't really see this going anywhere. And if you could please just, stop contacting me. I'm not really interested in seeing this forward. Somebody that has leaky boundaries. So, it's kind of like they end up dating who's the most forceful and aggressive rather than who they truly want to be with. There's a Tower that's coming here. New love is here. But again, I'm getting an energy where somebody, the High Priestess, needs to kind of go within and look at the parts of your life. The Hanged Man is the 12th house Pisces energy again. The parts of your life that are resonating with wounds that you haven't healed and making healthy decisions based on who you really want to be and what resonates with you rather than who you have been and what keeps you held in your past. I do get that you have new love coming in, Aries, but I do get that there is a masculine energy here. For a feminine, there's a masculine energy here that you're not speaking to. This person is in and out of your life. Could be an Aries or a Leo. They're very stubborn. They have a big ego. They do have genuine feelings for you, but they are seeing other people. They feel like they need to see other people. It might be that, with the 10 of Cups coming out, that they feel this person, is trying to find what would make them happy, but they allow other people to influence them and mislead them. They don't have very good boundaries. So it's like they try to come off as kind of like, they're egotistical and, tough, prideful, But really, it's like this person has trouble standing up for themselves and creating strong boundaries around what they will and won't allow. If this is your story, I would not make movement towards that person. Because if this person is confused, they're juggling different people, they don't know what they want, what good is it to, you know, put more energy into that relationship? I think that you should disconnect from the relationship, focus on yourself. If that person does make a decision to come towards you and they do place healthy boundaries in their life, that would be, you know, somebody that would be worth pursuing. But until they're able to put boundaries and, you know, make decisions for themselves, it's not really worth putting any more of your time or energy into. You're going to manifest a new beginning in love, whether it be with this person that finally gets their shit together or somebody new coming in. But I do get that for most of you, you need to do some work on what it is you really want and who you're trying to move forward with in your life. You don't really want to, if you know, you tend to date the same type and it hasn't worked out with that type in the past, maybe it's time to just look at your type and figure out what would be the best move forward and who would really water you as a person, who you are today, but also where you want to go with your life. So that is your reading, Aries. Love you guys. See you again soon. Bye.